Hello and welcome to another segment of our show, Business View, where we bring you the latest updates on all leading brands, firms and leaders. I'm your presenter Nana Ajiman, and today we'll be taking an in-depth look into some of the leadership skills of a well-renowned business figure and American businesswoman, Angela Ahrendts. She's the former CEO of Burberry and the new head of retail. Business View wanted to understand exactly what makes Angela a successful business leader. And we've been privileged to have here with us in our studios Angela Ahrendts alongside our interviewer Abdul Majid. I'll now hand over to Abdul Majid for a face-to-face interview in a personal perspective with Angela Ahrendts. Over to you, Abdul.
Hi, I'm here today with this former CEO of Burberry, Angela, and the new recruit of Apple. Hi.
Hello, thank you. It's lovely to be here.
I'm dying to know some information about you and how you've been so successful as a leader. But most important, how you manage a turned luxury fashion brand to £2 billion to £7 billion. Okay, so Angela, what makes you a good leader?
Well, I feel that from my natural personality, I'm someone who has experienced many victories as a result of my creativity and my natural instincts. But what I've come to learn throughout my years of Burberry is that once I have presented my creative opinions, I need to listen to my employees to be able to get the facts. I tend to be someone who inspires my employees through one-to-ones or through group talks. Now I have begun to leave time for responses for my employees.
Thanks. So how did you make Burberry so successful in the time that you was working there?
Well, I was employed to the company when it was a 100-year-old British brand, and I feel I'm able to apply my knowledge with the intent of making it have a digital presence. I sought to transform Burberry by making it a modern and a fashionable brand that this generation can relate to.
I'm going to ask you another question. So, what's your work relationship with the employees at Burberry?
My style of leadership lays emphasis on the concepts of listening. After many years of experience at Burberry, I have found that no matter how creative you are or how much knowledge you have, if you reject the concept of listening, you will eventually crumble.
So now you're going to be moving to Apple in a few months. So what do you think you're going to bring to the table for Apple?
Well, I left a clear pathway for success at Burberry with a trial of thousands of inspired, innovative and engaged employees. I hope to emulate this at my time at Apple. With Apple's platform, I strongly believe that they can cater for my style of leadership in the sense that they are already into the technological arena. So hopefully I will be able to offer them more than they are receiving at the moment.
Well, thank you very much, Angela. We all wish you the very best at Apple.
Thank you.
And now we're going to be back to Nana.
Thank you, Abdul. That was a great interview. I'm sure that interview helped us to take a good perspective on Angela from a personal and intimate point of view. We wanted to also understand Angela from a theoretical perspective. We were also privileged to have with us the Business View leadership specialist in a face-to-face interview with our very own Esmat Naeem. Over to you, Esmat.
Thank you, Nana. I'm here with the Business View leadership specialist, Louisa Babin, and it is a pleasure to have you here with us, Louisa. We wanted to get an overview of what leadership in relation to Angela is. So, what is a good leader, and what makes a good leader?
Well, hello, Esmat. It's a good question, that. In order to determine what makes a good leader, we must first understand that there are several definitions and aspects to the leadership. Okay, according to writings by, for example, Peter G. Northouse, leadership is defined as a process where an individual influences a group of individuals to achieve a common goal. So some people believe that according to what we call the traits approach, they're born as natural leaders, and others believe that leadership is an acquired skill. So both perspectives agree that leadership involves influence. I could go on for hours for these questions. If you want, I can still carry on.
Oh no, that's fine. I think you made a valid point, and based on the understanding, that leads me to my second question. What traits and characteristics does Angela demonstrate at Burberry?
Well, when we look at Angela as a leader, we see somebody who has transformed Burberry from one state to another, almost single-handedly. This for us indicates a strong style of transformational leadership. Considering her interview, we are able to see the use of individualized consideration, in that we listen carefully to the needs of her followers. For example, in an interview with Christopher Bailey in an online journal in the Independent newspaper, a well-known newspaper, he states that he worked with Angela for a substantial amount of time. When asked about the main thing he learned from her leadership at Burberry, he stated that there were several occasions where she would take an hour or two to have mini in-house group discussions with employees from different departments, where she would simply take the time to listen to the thoughts of those who worked for her in relation to the future of Burberry.
So would you consider Angela to be a leader from a relationship perspective?
Yeah, definitely. From the leader-member exchange theory, leadership is a process. The relationship between Angela and the members of her team is crucial, as she also states in the interview done by Richard Edgard from the Financial Times. When a new member of her team joins the group, as she assesses their abilities, strengths and weaknesses, this is called take a row. So this is the first part from this theory. She also applies the second and the third part. The second part would normally occur when the new team member gets a project and starts working. And depending on the performance, she classifies this in-group or out-group members. According to the information I got, most of Angela's group members are in-group. And the last part is I acknowledge that this member exchange theory has great results in Burberry. Less staff is leaving and they're engaging more in their job. People are happier, they get promotions and more appropriate tasks assigned. So they feel part of Burberry and they work towards the main aim of the organization. So yeah, she's definitely a member exchange theory person.
Everyone states that Angela inspires employees. Would you consider this to be an important quality in a leader or not?
Definitely, yeah. Again, looking at the 4 I's of the transformational leadership, in particular inspiration or motivation, focus on group members to achieve more than self-interest. She has clearly achieved this at Burberry. However, although she shows many qualities for the 4 E's, it would be misleading in some way to say that she fits the entire model. For example, in regards to idealized influence, I think it's fair to say that Angela doesn't necessarily convey high standards of moral, ethical conduct.
Louisa, I'm sorry to say we have to cut you off here.
It's fine.
As we no longer have time for this. So thank you very much for your time and for asking all of our important questions. Bye. I'm afraid that's all we have time for, so back to you, Nana.
Thank you, Esma, with another fantastic interview with our leadership specialist. Hopefully we'll be back next time with some more on the latest brands, firms and leaders. Thanks for tuning in to another fantastic segment of Business View. We hope you've enjoyed the show. I've been your presenter, Nana Ajiman, and until next time, keep on observing a Business View.